All right, back at it again. I've got this evening and some of tomorrow to actually put some more time into this, because I ended up doing a bunch of different stuff that I didn't want to do today. But you know, you can't have a fast car and drive down the road in the summertime without being cool. There's no excuse for this. So I'm busy working on getting my air conditioning reinstalled. I have a brand new AC condenser to put on the aluminum radiator. This is new, that is new, the sensor's new, all of my seals are new. I have a nice new seal kit here. I'm going over all my lines, making sure they're all clean, getting everything reinstalled for the air conditioning, because I mean, like I said, how can you have a fast car driving around in the summertime and be hot? It just, to me, you know, it is what it is. I like air conditioning, so we're gonna have it. So I have a battery tray here. This is one of the ones I was looking at. I did find a heat shield for my alternator. I have that. I've got to look over the wiring harness, how that's going to drop down in there. Along with this, I'm going to get the AC compressor bolted down into place, because that's just going to make it easier. I have a couple things here because of this monstrosity mess here. I don't know if something like this is going to end up causing me problems with the AC condenser being here, which I kind of think it's going to. You know, I don't know why someone cut this out, kind of ruined the integrity of the car. It's that way, so now I kind of got to deal with it. I've seen some of those tubular ones, but it turns into too much of a mess. It might be too much of something that I don't want to go into. It might be something that I might do later, I don't know. So, but anyway, I got this mess here. I'm going to try to make it work. Hopefully everything goes in. I just installed a new seal on there, took the cap off. Everything's nice. Like I said, I'm trying to get this thing down to a couple few things. Hopefully we can get our fuel system shipped this week, and we can start getting that installed when we push it back in. Well, that'll be next week. What am I saying? But anyway, hopefully we can get a lot of stuff taken care of. Like I said, the radiator, the condenser can be in. We can get our AC mostly hooked up. Get the wastegate on. I got to decide which one of those I want to run. I was trying to discuss that in my last one. You know, and then I got to get some other stuff. It's just one thing after another. But like I said, we're getting our air conditioning in. All new brackets. Everything's getting in here. It's getting tightened up. I do have one of those fancy clear covers to put on this thing. Kind of not sure. I think once I get this in, I'll move this out of the way, and then I'll at least get a test fit to make sure it's going to go on there. We could get everything here assembled. We might be doing some adjustment with our cam gears down the road. We're still, there's a lot of stuff. Usually I like to try to get stuff to the point where I can get it started, get it up to temp, warm it up. I mean, this thing's got to go through a break-in period, because this is a fresh lower end on this motor. Like I said, the upper stuff had very little wear, but that's still stuff we got to look into. We still got to collect some other fluids. I'm going to be running some different oil in this motor itself. We got to get the balancer installed. I'm sorry, I just do way too much talking. So that's kind of the game plan. Hopefully that isn't too much. I'm just going to jump in here, and I'll show you what I'm doing, how I'm installing some of the stuff, what I did to do the things, and hopefully we'll go from there. And man, get this thing running. Okay. Well, this is pretty nice. They actually give you the lower brackets here, which I have these ones that are gray. They kind of match the other stuff because I got these with another car, so I might switch them on. I don't know. It's vacuum sealed in here, which looks pretty good. Everything looks good and straight the whole way across. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rad, and I'm going to lay it on this box and I guess get it fitted in, and then I'm going to worry about getting a test fit down into here to make sure that we aren't having any of this stuff here in the way. The radiator's sitting down in here with the condenser on. This thing did have a little bit of a bend to it, so if you look across here, gap, tight, and gap. So I don't know, I might try to bend it out a little bit, but if you look down through here, this is actually sitting where it needs to be. And when it comes to try to lean forward, because they stick out, it's actually hitting our intercooler here. So, well, you know, honestly, what I'm trying to say is I need my air conditioning. So, we have the condenser and the radiator is now fitted down in. It is a little tight right here where this one here is. Like I said, I got to modify this hose just a little bit to clear down through there also. I mean, everything does kind of get a little tight. I'm going to try to hold this up, but, you know, I might just end up using the other front mount that I have. I know I have all the pipes, at least I should if I remember correctly, because I needed one for this side, but I'll have everything for that. So, I mean, this is kind of fit up. I really want to see how the intake's going to fit, so I'm probably going to carry that out tomorrow. Also, we did do a dry fit here on our clear timing cover. Looks quite nice. You know, picking at stuff, trying to get things done. When you're cleaning everything and painting every little part, it does take quite a bit of time. I mean, I still got to get these on. I got to figure out how I'm blocking off the one fitting. This here needed repainted. I mean, that's just for the tensioner pulley. But I want to make sure that that looks nice when it goes on. I'm probably going to do its own little special video installing the Ati dampener. So I'm pretty much going to call it a night right here. So last night I ended up with getting this down in. I had to trim the lower radiator hose just a little bit to get it to fit. It was used, but I don't know why it wasn't trimmed right. We got our heater core hoses in. I still need to plug this one, and I just have this plugged there because it's out of the way. We did a test fit with the intake. Just slowly picking at stuff. I got this hose here on. I need to get the bolts down there, and I need to get the other lower hose there for my air conditioning, which was what we were really working for. We have our alternator heat shield is now installed. I did get the oil filter housing adapter installed also, but while I was at it, I decided I wanted to use the other wastegate that I had. So this one is a Precision. It seems to have more springs for adjustability. It comes with your gaskets, Allen head bolts, all the fittings to go on to the wastegate itself. They give you these adapters. I guess this is so you can weld a pipe onto here if you're going to weld these, put these in between somewhere. A little extra for what you need, but this is purchased separate from an AGP kit. Because I needed one to go with the other turbo that I have. But I think it will complement this quite nicely, being that it will be black down here behind. Let's take a look. Dun, dun, dun. See if we can get it to fit. Not drop it. All right, so there's what we got. That'll fit right down in there. Basically, I'm going to get this installed with the gaskets. I'm not sure what springs are in here. I'll have to double check. And then, you know, this will give us something good to start off with. I want to make sure that I have the lowest amount of boost because we are breaking in a brand new engine. And when we start to do the tune, I don't want to have too much boost. So we are going to pull this apart, check to see what spring we have in here, get everything hooked up, get this thing installed. Like I said, it does come with 2 new gaskets, all new bolts. I'm not sure if these ones will thread down into the down into the manifold, which I have those here, the original ones. They come with the kit for the other one. I just had set the cool pack up here, and right here it looks like this might need a little trimming right here on this to go down. Not quite sure if I need to come forward or just take a little bit off of there. You can see where our gap is and how much our hole's not going to line up going down right there. So not only that, we are starting, I believe, touching that right there maybe just a little bit. So that looks like that's the only place. I did see somewhere where it said something about having to trim with the aftermarket gears, which is always something I can go back in and double check before I go cutting this thing. But it does actually look pretty good. All right. So I'm going to get this thing assembled. We have a bunch of fittings that need screwed onto this right here. We're going to get all of those taken care of. We're going to get this thing apart. We're going to swap it out for the lower spring. And once we get that done, we're going to install our dump tube, which goes down underneath the car, and just get everything on here and out of the way. All right, look, check it out. We have the wastegate on all the way now, down through with our dump tube. These things here are usually pretty close, so I'll have to get a zip tie on that and get it back. I mean, I still have to get down in here. None of our wiring is installed yet, so we're good to go. But I did kind of want to show this off as a little treat. I did fit up the intake. It seems like it's going to work. I'm debating on whether I want to use this spacer or not. I mean, I have long enough studs here because I have the ARP stud kit for this, but I'm not sure if I want to take the time to try to put this in or not. So, I know it's supposed to be a spacer to kind of help alleviate heat transfer, plus it, you know, lengthens your runners. On this car, you know, longer runners really don't matter. But yeah, there we go. You know, everything's on. This is on. Our heater core hoses are on. Just small things need to be taken care of yet. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put that intercooler on or make the other one that I have work. I'm not sure what I'm going to have to change to get the piping to work, since it's going to be up here and not down there. And you can see that's what we got. So maybe I could spin it around, maybe change something with that if I want to. Or I already have the pipe that comes off of here that bolts into a factory stock setup. So unfortunately, this is where we're going to have to let this thing go. We got our oil filter housings in, our hard pipe here for our turbo. We still have to install this. I got the pulley in here, the AC unit's all on. You know, everything's pretty much on, but like I said, unfortunately, we're going to have to put this little project on hold maybe for a week or so. Waiting on the fuel system to get here. I got to get the little thing for the sensor welded into the exhaust, and some oil yet for the engine. I got the ECM mounted in, but the ECM bracket's bent a little bit right there, so I'm going to get another bracket to put on the ECM, get that straightened out. I did have to trim both the upper and the lower hoses to get them to fit, to look nice. But it's definitely coming together. But like you said, you know what I mean? You got one shop, you got lots of stuff to do. So this thing's going out, and the next project's coming in, a little quick motor swap while we're waiting on parts for this thing. Hopefully sooner or later, one of these times, this thing's going to be driving out under its own power. All right, with that being said, see yous.